Hello everyone, I want to do a quick little speedrun tutorial here for Uzume. I'm going to start off with the basics. The way Uzume works is she is floating, so she can bypass a lot of obstacles. Her weapons come out of her Magatamas that are following her. They go the same direction as your movement, but you can get them to go a different direction in the middle of another animation by pressing the direction you want. So that can be a dash, it can be a charged melee, any number of things. But basically that's important for aiming, and while you're shooting they stay on the side that they're on, but as soon as you let go of shot they switch to the direction you're moving. See, her dash, or slide as the game calls it, I call it a dash regularly, she is invulnerable during the middle part of this, so this can be used to skip a lot of enemies. And lastly, the deflect as the game calls it, but I'll regularly be calling it melee. The charge for it is this rope shield. We'll be using it mostly in conjunction with the attack augmentation, which is these mirrors, and to anything that hits, anything the player uses that hits these mirrors will cause them to shoot. So using all this, we can stack a lot of damage. Now with all that covered, I'm gonna just be talking over my PB for this tutorial. So starting off, you want to get out of the map as quick as possible. You can skip it with any button press, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not like D-pad, but any button press will do. Starting off, I'm gonna move up a little bit. I didn't cover this. During the dash, the screen doesn't scroll quite as much as it does when you're walking, so there's gonna be a lot of switching between dashing and walking. So it's starting off, I'm gonna walk up a little bit to scroll the screen, and I'm gonna dash right at the border of the shadow up top. I'm dashing up once and then up right. That'll put me in line with a basket that holds a red power-up. Shoot it down, do a melee to grab the power-up, do a dash up left, putting us in line for the next power-up from these red guys, as well as the next one above. You want to kill all the bottom group before you start moving up, so let me go back a little bit here. So as you can see, I'm not moving at all here. Kill them, and you have to wait a little bit extra to make sure you actually grab that drop they drop. And then you move up, keep on shooting, and it should drop the next power-up right in your way here. Sometimes one red guy can get away and that'll mess things up. But since this is the start of the run, it's just an easy reset. Anyways, from here, dash up twice, scroll the screen more. As soon as these guys on the left, where's my cursor? These guys coming out of here, as soon as they start popping out, I do a dash up and then up right. And then scroll the screen a little bit, dash right and up right to align myself with the top wall. Here you can do a number of things. I usually do 2 dashes right and then 1 down right, like that, and then gotta kill this group of Cyclopses blocking the road so that you can get by. As soon as they're gone, dash right, up right twice, and then down right, and then it'll spawn these skeleton guys. There might be 2 in front of you, but if you scroll the screen as little as I did, which was a little accidental, but it happens sometimes, then the fourth one won't spawn, but the fourth one usually spawns about right here. Anyways, another thing, roadblock you need to get rid of. And then after you kill that dash once right, start charging a melee. Keep on shooting and kill these, oh wait, hold on. Let me go back there. I said that wrong. So you kill this roadblock, dash right once, scroll the screen right all the way, and as soon as the next enemies spawn, that's when you start recharging a melee. Kill all these guys, and then as soon as you kill the guys, release the melee charge to get the shield, and as that's releasing, build up an attack charge, which you do by mashing attack. And you want to aim it up so that the mirrors form like that. And now this is to get this fight as quickly as possible, but this fight is RNG. Which direction this nesting doll can jump is completely random, and if he jumps one way 3 times before he does an attack, you're not going to get a lot of damage on him very quickly. So ideally, you want him to die like right in the middle of all your mirrors. So this goes like this. On this particular run, you can see I got bad RNG. So this is how you kind of deal with it. When the first guy dies, 4 guys pop out of him, and if you're too close, see he's right here at the moment, the 2 bottom guys are gonna pop out here and here, so you don't want to be too close to him when he dies. Anyways, take out the guys as quickly as possible. Since he went all the way right, I still have 1 middle guy left. Okay, now that guy's down. Another thing I haven't mentioned yet is this auto scroll the game does after the scroll is locked for a mini boss or other things. To stop this auto scroll is very slow, so I want to stop this to get back my fast scrolling as quickly as possible, and I'm gonna do that by dashing down. As soon as Uzume is like right about there, the screen will stop scrolling, and then I can just dash back up. Also, I should mention I'm charging a melee here, or maybe a little after when I get down to stop the screen scrolling. I'm charging a melee so that I can... There's another roadblock coming up, and I'm gonna use it to get more damage in on it. So there I am. We'll release it after 3 dashes up. I'm gonna be right up next to these red guys. And as soon as I'm done releasing it, I'm just gonna walk up and be shooting, because there's a Cyclops coming down the middle. As soon as I kill him, I dash twice. Well, not as soon as I kill him. As soon as my dash is in enough range to get past the 2 Cyclopses coming from the side. So here you can see those 2 Cyclopses. I want to go so that my dash ends up here, so I don't get hit by them. And now I'm just dealing as much damage as I can as quickly as possible. There is a hidden bomb right here you can get if you want, but to me it wastes time. Another scroll lock that you need to reset. So, man, this is hard to keep up with everything. So after the scroll lock, dash up 3 times. Get to the middle, dash up twice, or 3 times again. Sorry. There is a ghost in the middle, but the Magatama should take care of him. Now here's the boss. So what I do here is I want to be about even with him horizontally, because this he has an attack he can do that makes him invulnerable. And what I want is, I do not want him to be invulnerable. So my positioning here is manipulation. I'm charging up my melee and gonna do my shields so that I can stack a lot of damage in. And how I'm angled right now, I want my mirrors to go down into, or down and away from him, I should say. You can do the same on the right side. But basically, I want it to make sure that my mirrors, all the shots are getting it to the boss and not getting blocked by the other mirrors. Also, I want to be even enough so that the bottom shot coming out of the red hits him to make sure I'm not wasting damage. As you can see, I was not quite positioned there, so I moved it up a little bit while I still had time. This should kill him like right after his first attack. Now charge up more damage stacking. The exact positioning of the mirrors don't matter too much here, but you still want to make sure they're not hitting each other. In this particular spot, the boss is going to move down and right, so I'm not particularly I don't think these two will block each other's shots. So that's why I did a horizontal release here. But as you can see, I was wrong. There's some blocked shots you can see. That usually laying them out diagonally will keep any blocked shots, unless it's more likely the back mirror is going to block a shot of one of the front mirrors in that case, though. Anyways, get your Magatama inside him. He has 2 attacks he can do. Right now he's doing his dash attack, which means I gotta move out of the way. Which means I'm wasting more damage. I'm not getting as much damage in time. If his other attack, he throws stuff, and he's just sitting there, and you can just sit there and get damage in on him. Also, the number of steps he takes isn't set, so you gotta just move with him as see fit. So here I'm moving out of his way, and there he's dead. Alright, moving on to the next stage. Again, skip the map scene as quick as you can. I'm gonna start out moving down and to the right, and then dashing to the right 3 times. The moving down and to the right is to get myself lined up so that my Magatama take out... Oh, wrong stage, sorry. The down and to the right is to avoid these red guys, and also line myself up to get this guy. As soon as I'm done with my 3 dashes, I attack to the right, keep on attacking to the right, and there's another Cyclops coming up. As soon as I kill him, dash right 1 more time. You could also do 2 dashes right and then another 2 dashes right. These cookware guys that spawn, along with the mini boss from the previous stage, have jumping RNG. They can get in your way and hit you, but the way I've positioned here is to lower that chance, or if that does happen, I'm lined up to kill them before they do hit me. Okay, lay out a few more shots before dashing to the right to kill this guy, and then I'm gonna dash right 4 times. Get around here and then dash up left 3 times. And then I'm gonna abuse her invulnerability to get through this next area. Just do a diagonal dash to get past this fire, walk past this fire. Oh, I guess you can dash there. It's not necessary though. And now you got the next bit. There's another bit of cookware enemies that you need to... You can take a hit because there's another red power up coming up, and usually I do take a hit here, but it is possible to get by here without a hit. Dash to get by the fire, and I take a hit, as you can see. And then this is the red pickup. There's a shield in this basket. You can take that if you want. Now dash twice to get over here. You don't want to dash too much because you need the screen scrolled here. Okay, now I'm gonna do precise dashes to... They're not super precise. Deliberate dashes to get by every damaging thing in here. The fires, the 3 fires, and the ogre. So dash to avoid the first fire and the ogre, dash right to avoid this fire, and then dash. Sometimes you can get this ogre to take out this fire. Doesn't matter too much. The hitbox for both of them is right about here that you want to avoid, so you can just dash by there. Now we're gonna finally make use of our bombs. This is another scroll lock. You have to kill all 3 of these bird guys to release the scroll lock, so the fastest way to do that is with a bomb. Now, do the scroll reset again, start shooting up to clear all this big party as Cyclops is coming up. If you happen to get hit by the cookware earlier an extra time, this... Hold on, where's my cursor? There it is. I think it's... One of these baskets have a fire, forgive me, I can't remember which. But basically, that's the other red you're gonna want to get. Keep on dashing to avoid enemies. I almost got hit. Okay, I didn't get it. Not every hit you take will make you lose a power-up. Basically, you can dash through most enemies without taking damage. Here's a mini-boss. I set up some mirrors. They're a little out of place, so they don't really serve much of a purpose. But it probably would have been better for me not to even lay them out. There's also a red power-up in this basket for another backup. Here I don't bother resetting the scroll because it's such a short one. Get by here, do more dashes to get by enemies, and come up for another scroll lock. Bomb these 4 guys to... And this isn't a scroll lock. You need to defeat these guys before the mini-boss shows up. So again, charging up my damage stacking, doing a diagonal to make sure my mirrors are not hitting each other. And and I'm also getting the Magatama inside him. Like that, another mini boss down. Okay, that's a scroll lock. I reset the scroll. And then there's another red power-up. Not necessary, but this is still the easiest lane to take. There's a bomb up here, so you're gonna wanna open that and collect that bomb. You can do mirrors here as well. I stopped a little short, but these bombs, mirrors, you can see were set up a little better, but you want to make sure that you can stand where you can hit them, so don't make him blow his fire where you want to stand. Here is a simple auto scroller. Just want to make sure you're not messing it up, so I kill these guys as quick as possible. And they come in a set pattern, so it's pretty easy to memorize. Next, a full raft of rapids are coming up. I'd just ignore most of these. I'm gonna be charging a melee so that the things they throw do not hit me. And then I'm gonna take out this big guy really quick. This guy, I guess you can call him a mini boss, but he's pretty easy to take out. And now, in case you don't have full red power here, and you already used up the 2 red power baskets that came with the raft, you can get a max red power from this guy if you have a 1 or 6 in your 10s place. Also, a 3 or 8 will give you a shield. Both of those are good things. Everything else he can give you is bad. You do not want. And now here's the boss. So for this boss, again, you're gonna want to charge up your damage stacking. He's gonna do 3 tentacles before his main body rises up. So during the 3rd tentacle, you're gonna want to position your mirrors. And I'll show you where that is when it comes. So here's the first one. It's always 2 shooting tentacles and 1 smashing tentacle, but which order it is random. So usually if the second one is the smasher, that's the one that can get in the way, but it shouldn't be too much of a difficulty to get by. So here I'm charging my shot. That's the 3rd tentacle. So I get into position right above the raft here. I'm not sure if this one you have to be in the middle for. I know all subsequent times he rises up, he'll be on the same vertical line as your character. But I think this first time he rises up, he'll always be in the center. So get in the center, release your mirrors, and you want to be careful here. If you're too low, you're not going to be getting as much damage in. If you're too high, you're gonna stop hitting him before he goes all the way down, which you gotta miss the 1 round if you do not get enough damage in, but it's pretty easy to do that, to get the damage in. So that's it for that boss. On to the next stage. Again, skip the map cutscene. I'm gonna start by holding melee to charge a melee charge. Move up left and then dash up, and then release the charge as soon as possible. Don't release it too early or you're not gonna get it. And the reason for that is to shield us from these things these guys are throwing. So now just make our way up. These, oh wow, whoops. Did not mean to do that. Let's get back. Sorry about that. Okay, these, I like to call them car salesmen. These ghosts with the wavy arms that look like the inflatable tall boys you see at car sales places. They do not take damage to your regular attack, they only take damage to the melees. So instead of bothering with that, I just dash through them. Here's a scroll lock. You gotta kill this guy on the right that's growing. So just getting him, kill him as fast as possible. Reset the scroll. Here's another scroll lock, just want to spawn this guy as fast as possible. I'm charging a melee right here, but you don't need to really start charging that until later, but before this guy's completely killed off. So kill him, do another scroll reset, dash up 3 times, walk up a little bit, and release the charge. That's so you don't get hit by those guys. Don't really need to do a scroll reset here because the scroll is short. There's another bomb in this box. Grab the, or open that and then start dashing right. I like to have a melee charge here, but it's not necessary. There are a lot of very erratically moving enemies here coming up, so just take them out as well as you can. There's a basket here with a shield in it. Take that, it'll be very helpful. And as soon as you kill all the enemies, start dashing right. Now you've got another scroll lock, kill these guys. Don't worry about the enemies from before. You can have it so that you're hitting both of these guys while this guy's spawning, so that you're killing him as soon as possible. If you're not very quick about it, the erratically moving guys can be a bit of a pain. Now here, I reset the scroll, dash 3 times to right, and position my Magatama upright. This is pretty important. Not super important, but it lets me get to kill this first hand guy as quick as possible. As soon as I'm done killing him, I readjust my Magatama to be pointing straight up and do the same thing to the second hand. The right hand always moves first. Now here I do another scroll reset. This time I dash right 4 times and again position my Magatama up right. And then I just start shooting through this whole thing. I want to kill all these erratically moving enemies. The one that spawns here, if you don't kill him, he can weave around and go all the way up here and kill you. In this run, I somehow didn't kill this one, and he probably is going to become a problem. But so I turn back and kill him. This is another bomb in this basket, but I want to come up here to get this hand to come this way instead of towards the bomb. So there I manipulate his movement, come up, and here's the boss. So let me back up just a tad bit here. So for this one, I want to be positioned so that my shadow is over this little dark spot. But since I have a shield, I can't see my shadow. So I just kind of estimate it. But basically, that's my positioning to set out my damage stacking. So I start releasing my mirrors as soon as that text box closes. And now I position my Magatama to my right because I want to get them in a line so that I can get all the damage in through this small hole opening. This mirror isn't going to be doing anything. It's going to be shooting at the guy's armor for some reason. But these two mirrors in here will be hitting him. And so that goes for a quick kill. That's that stage done. Okay, next stage. This one is a little less strict, but basically there's a shield in this. You don't need that, but it does help, so get it if you want. If you have a full shield, it's not worth getting. Again, I basically make very deliberate use of your invulnerability from dashing to get through these hand guys as fast as possible, and then after going through, be aware of these erratically moving guys. They're all over in this first area. There you can see I skipped that guy, and I didn't have to kill him, but it does help to kill him. Alright, now that we're through the first area, you can see I took a hit on my shield there. There's another shield there. Just move through here. Try not to get hit. And with how fast I got through that first area, there's a line of ghosts coming along on the bottom right. But they shouldn't catch me. If you're a little slow, they do. These are on a global cycle, so basically the way I move through gets me to this area when they're open, but if you're a little slow, you might get so closed, and we'll have to wait a little bit. Make sure you're not getting hit by this guy, so you want to kind of stand even with him, but not to the right of him, because if you're to the right of him, his shot will curve. Anyways, keep going. You can sneak by this guy just barely. Get through. Also, on pretty much any of those, you can have to wait another cycle, except this one, since you're Uzume. You can just fly by it. Alright, now coming by. I'm just gonna be dashing through here. I may take hits through here every once in a while, but basically what I want to do is dash through the shots from these guys, I'm going to be going right side. So actually that time I dashed through the other guy's shots. I accidentally took a hit there and lost the power up. That's not the end of the world, obviously, since this is a PB run I'm going by, but I was faster than I thought I was, so I was dashing to get in this opening, but it wasn't open yet. That's why I took it. Anyways, keep going. This bomb here is not necessary, but it does clear up all these enemies pretty quick. There is a red in one of these two. The other one is a shield. I want to pick up both. There is also a large health in this one, which I haven't mentioned yet, but after the stage is over, it counts up your missing health. And if you're missing, the more health you're missing, the more time you lose. So use that bomb, get the shield in the red to get back up to full power. And then here's the boss. So for this one, the positioning is much more precise, depending on how much damage you get and how quickly. I don't think this is going to be my quick skill, but basically I want to position myself just a little lower than the black mantle and a little to the right. And I'm also doing the mirrors down right. And as soon as he fully disappears, not the aura around him, but him himself, as soon as he fully disappears right here, that's when I start mashing to get my mirrors out. And then I release my shield, and then just get all the damage into him as I can. Dash to the right on his first jump, dash down again if you have to. That was not the fastest kill I've had. I've had it where he didn't do that last jump, or he dies when he's in this position. But if you get less damage in, he'll do another jump, much longer, bigger jump over to here, where he'll shoot out a bunch of feathers and little arc beams in every direction. So you'll have to dodge that, or just take the hit if you have the shield, which you should since you just booked it up. And if you do it right, he won't get much past that. And that's that stage. Now coming up for this stage, either side here is fine, left or right. I just tend to prefer left. There's a bunch of scroll locks on this stage. This first one, I just take them out with regular attacks because it's pretty easy. There's an enemy here you want to take out, and then use a bomb to end this scroll lock. The shield I'm about to use isn't necessary, but since there's waiting time there, no reason not to. Can do a little scroll reset there. And I lost my shield. Do another bomb here. Oh, I didn't know that was in my PB. That is something that I've only recently became aware of. I've gotten it like 3 times in a row, and outside of that, never. Excuse me one moment. Alright, so I kill these guys off, and I move into this corner. Do not move into this corner. That, for some reason, when this guy dies and you're in this corner, it acts as though you're smashed or fell off the ledge or something. And even as Uzume, that's an automatic power down and drop back down into the field. So since that happened, I grabbed that red again. Just gonna bother with this guy. This bomb you can release as soon as these guys pop up, then the bomb will hit these guys as they're opening. And now there's a hidden bomb here. The hidden baskets you can only break open with melee. I should have mentioned that earlier. So just open that up as the screen is ready for the next one. Do it a little scroll reset. Do another bomb here. If you have it lined up well, is everything on screen dies when the scrolling resets, or when the scrolling starts again. So you might not have seen it, but these bottom spawned guys did get despawned, but these top guys didn't. So do another scroll reset. This guy on the left here has a full health if you need. Alright, do another bomb here, just as before. Now this is an auto scroller, so no scroll reset here is necessary. There's a hidden basket here with a small health, but since it's an auto scroller, no reason not to get it. Just make our way through the auto scroller. Be careful of enemies. I'd say as my PB gets it. Alright, this next area is where the auto-scrolling stops. You can do this a number of ways. I like to do it this way, where I get up to the right to get by this little horn here that stops your movement. And then I line up on this. I'm gonna release a charge melee here to help me through the next area. It's not necessary, but I like to use it. And there's no penalty for using it. So I line up on this little nub, and as soon as the screen flashes, I just dash down. If you go too early, you're gonna get stuck on a slow scroll. So my timing for that is to get rid of that. Just dash through the rest of this area. Here's another little slow scroll, even though you're not coming out of a scroll lock. So reset this scroll, go up. Alright, there's a bomb on the right here. And now, in case you're missing power-ups, there's 2 reds on this side and 1 red on this side. I think it's the middle one. Otherwise, just keep going. And here's the bosses. Now again, charge up your damage stacking. Release the mirrors up high, but low enough where I'll end up. My Magatama go above this bottom mirror, but high enough where this mirror is still shooting. Anyways, here, as you can see, my Magatama is still able to get their shots off. This guy is the first one you kill, because this one goes off to the left or right to attack you. Dodge out of the way of his ice balls he throws with a diagonal dash, and then come back, get your Magatama on top of him to just layer all the damage in. Now he's dead, do the same to this girl, and you can kill him very quickly. If you don't kill him that quickly... Oh, that wasn't far enough back. So you might not be able to kill this one as quickly. She might get a few shots off, and your rope shield will dissipate by then. So just make sure you're not getting hit. If you get hit, you might lose a red power-up off to the void, and you can't collect it if that happens. Alright, next stage is just a very short stage with the boss. I forgot about that. Hold on, let me go back. Alright, so I'm starting off going down right. This is to avoid being hit by these guys. And then After going down right just a little bit, I dash right. My Magatama will take out these red guys, drop a red. You can use that for the next couple fights to get max power, which is temporary. You want to kill all three of one side to get these guys to spawn in as fast as possible. Then kill these guys, all of them, so that you can trigger the next fight. I start with the right side. There's going to be 2 melee guys coming from each side. As soon as you take out one pair of them, 4 knife thrower guys will come out. Next, I take out the left knife thrower guys to let these 2 sword guys on the right come out. And then I'll use a bomb to kill all these guys. Now, this one I haven't perfected quite as much, but from my trial and error, the best mirror placement is vertical. You're not going to want to focus too much on the mirrors because this guy moves a lot and he'll quickly get in the way of the mirrors. So I shut up my mirrors, get the max power, line up so that my shots are landing. Ooh, I forgot how good my PB was here. You're gonna want to basically be moving a lot. Oh wow, yeah, my PB was probably my best scut boss kill there. So let's go back a little bit so that I can show what I mean. There's a pattern you can do where if he does his diagonal walk like he did there, you can just do a diagonal dash and switch which side your Magatama are on to keep hitting him. As you can see, I have them lined up on either the bottom or the top of me. This is so that I can get the most damage in as fast as possible. So there, I think I meant to do a diagonal, but I missed the input. How far you are away seems to have a effect on which attack he does. If he does the fire breathing attack, that's a lot of damage you can get in really quickly. If he does the sword attack, he can't get as much damage in. But here he did the fire breathing attack. I can just sit there and lay in attacks. Also, I should mention on the right side there's more baskets, and on the top right of those 4 baskets you can get a shield. But if you see only 2 baskets, the top right one is just gonna be just off screen to the right here. You can collect that shield if you do a melee right there. But if you kill him fast, you won't even get that chance. Alright, this stage, you're gonna be abusing your invulnerability again. So, just, these fire-breathing guys, if you're not careful, are a big pain in the butt. So, use your invulnerability to get through them. Kinda manipulate where the breath is going a little bit. So this one, I get them to go down a little bit, and then I dash through. Same with this one. If you do it correctly, you won't even get hit there, but I didn't quite do it correctly. If you can get this electrified guy to spawn early, which you do by not scrolling the screen as much like I did there, you can get him to despawn when you fully scroll the screen, right there. That's a nice little trick. Again, I'm manipulate this fire a little bit. Try not to get hit there. That was accidental, but it's no big deal because I have 2 red power-ups coming up. This guy on the right has a red power-up. I'll get that right away. And then this guy down here on the right has a red power-up, but I don't need that. Again, try not to get hit. There's a scroll reset I did there, you might not have noticed. Keep going. These, I think, are on a global pattern, but they might just the pattern might just start like as soon as the scrolling starts there or something. I haven't quite ironed that out yet, but basically you can dash through. I have gotten hit by this particular gear a number of times, so if you want to be safe, kind of take a little pause there, like I did. Now we got the spike balls. I've tried to do this a little faster, skipping these drops, but I haven't found a way that is faster. One of these has a bomb, which definitely does help, but isn't necessary. Wait for... Each lane has its set pattern. This lane is the one I'm going to be using. That's 2 spike balls, 1 spike ball, 2 spike balls, 1 spike ball, repeating. So it's pretty easy pattern to memorize. I dash through the single spike ball. Again, these all have specific patterns. Left side is relatively safe if you do it quickly, but there is a spike ball that can be in the left lane. But the way I do it, make sure there isn't one. Again, here's another little lottery. If you need to get your power-ups back, you want a 1 or 6 in your 10s, in the 10s column of your point. Alright, these electrified guys like to kill themselves on these gears. Just let them do that. Do not accidentally get hit by the gears. I meant to do a dash there, and I just didn't. So now I'm a little lower powered. Again, don't get hit by the gears. You're gonna lose a thing. You can dash through gears, but in this tight thing, it's very unsafe. So if you're not comfortable with it, do not do it. I have gotten comfortable with it, that's why I did it there. Let's see it again. But as you can see, I'm a little lined up here. And I almost dash right into this next set of gears, which would have made me lose another power-up. Keep going here, charge up a melee when the scrolling stops, and do a bomb a little after they gain full color. Sorry, I can't speak. A little after they gain full color, or as soon as you see flames. If as long as you aren't super delayed, you shouldn't be getting hit. So there's no flames there yet, but I released the bomb because I have a good feeling on the timing, and there's the flames. And they die before their breath can take me. Alright, release the charge melee here. You don't want to be getting hit by these guys. This first group, you have to kill them all to get this guy to spawn. Kill this guy to keep the thing scrolling. Do a little scroll reset for each one of these. You can sneak between these 2 power-ups. It's a little tight, but it should be easily possible. Now this is why I got that bomb earlier. Take out these guys with a bomb, and you instantly spawn the next guy. Now this next guy, you do not need to kill all these guys. He'll spawn just fine on his own. Do another scroll reset. Okay, these 3 baskets have full health, shield, and a bomb. I don't know why I go on the right side because I really don't need a bomb. I probably should go on the left, but I'm easily able to get all 3. I kind of skip those to scroll the screen all the way up to trigger the next area, and as soon as I get the screen scrolled all the way up, then I collect these 3. These 3 are power-ups. I'm pretty sure the middle is the red, but I'm not completely sure, in case you need it. So as you can see, I scroll the screen all the way up, and I'm already transitioning. Did I have the order wrong? Okay, I was wrong. This is the full health. This is the bomb. So this is the important one because full health means you're losing less time. That's why I go on the right. And the middle one is the bomb, the left one is the shield. Sorry, I got it all wrong. Again, charge up your damage stacking. I do it like right about even with these purple circles, that triangle of purple circles on the carpet. I kind of go within that to set my mirrors. And then just stack on the damage. Do it again for this phase. You want to be careful here if you go, because I do this positioning with respect to the boss, which isn't always going to be in the same spot. If you go too low, the bottom mirror is going to go part way off screen, and it's not going to be shooting, so you're getting less damage in. Again, get your damage stacking in. And she goes down really fast. And now for the final boss. You get a little prepare time for this. So as to get the boss spawned in as quickly as possible, just move up. Do not do any dashes. You're already set so that you're scrolling by walking is the best way to do this. The leftmost basket has a shield. The bottom right one has a red power. You can use that to get more your max power up. Your temporary one to get more damage in. I got it a little early, but oh well. Hold on. Let me describe his attacks. So this guy has 3 attacks with I guess 4 attacks. But he has 3 attacks with 2 different phases. The second phase only triggers after he's low enough life, though. And as well as when he reaches that health threshold, he can shoot out skulls that shoot little blue flames if they're hit. But before we get to that, let's describe the attacks. So this first attack, he'll have his hands off to the side shooting beams. And depending on where they are, you're going to want to be able to dodge them. With this hand in particular, that one's lined up just low enough that you can get up here, and you might take 2 hits, you might not. In this particular case, I don't think I took any hits. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. This next attack is in the second phase of that, in case I don't get to it. 2 more hands will appear later on and do 2 more beams. This next attack is green fireballs. They kind of have a set pattern, and there's a safe position, like just right here. And then this is the second phase of the attack because I already got enough damage in. This position is no longer safe, but I think I only take 1 hit in this position, so it's safe for a shield. As you can see, I took a hit there. And now there's the skulls. I charge up I charge up a melee to get protected from the blue fireballs they attack. Now, this attack these are hands. You do not want to be caught by them. If you do, you'll lose a power. You'll do a long damage animation where you have to fall back onto the field. You can't get the power back. So you want to start by being down here. If you're not down here when he starts to attack, you're already too late. But this manipulates the first 2 hands movement. And since this is the second phase, he's going to have 4 more hands show up. And now, just dodge the attacks. These, the hitboxes on these hands is very, they're larger than they look. That's how I should say it. So right here, I don't remember whether I get hit. Yeah, I didn't get hit. Just barely. If I dashed just a moment later, I would have been hit. So there's the 4 other hands spawning in. I want to manipulate their movement again down here. So I dash back down there. And woo! Barely don't get hit. If you do this correctly, or if you do this very well, he'll die before he gets this 4th attack in. But he barely got that in on my PB. Basically, that's 3 attacks, they repeat. It goes hand lasers, green fireballs, and then sunken hands in that order, repeating. And then that's the game. Hopefully this helps. Thanks for watching.